Hi, thank you for joining me for this very short sequence on opening up the body, feeling a little more connected, creating some movement and some flow. Let's get started. So, starting in a comfortable seat here, we're going to bring some movement to the head, opening up the neck. So, begin to drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder, and then slowly drop the chin to the chest, and then maybe slide the left ear to the left shoulder. Chin to chest, back to the right. So connect with the breath here as you take some very intentional, organic movements to create some openness in the sides of the neck, the back of the neck. And then you can take your chin up to the ceiling if you want to add some expansion in the front of the neck. So maybe nodding the head, yes. Up and down, left and right. So creating some movement here, any way that feels good for you. The sole intention is to bring some more energy to this part of the body. So coming back to the breath, that is our foundation in all of movement, all yoga, exercise, any sort of embodiment practice always starts with the breath. So big inhales through the nose. Then open mouth exhale if that feels aligned. If that feels like what you need, sigh it out, release, let it go, expel the stress. And then once your neck feels super open, I want to move into a side body stretch here. So plant the right palm outside the right hip. We're reaching up through the left arm. Drop the shoulder down and away from the ears. And we want to roll it back. So we're opening up the chest and the shoulder region. So take a huge breath in to the nostrils, reach up, find some length in the spine. So sit really, really tall, and then begin to take your side stretch over to the right. Beautiful. So we don't want to compromise our structure and our biomechanics just because we're adding movement here. We are going to move into a little bit of a flow. So reach back up and then plant the left palm down to the outside of the hip. We'll set up slowly just like we did on the other side. Reach up through that right palm, plug the right shoulder in. Huge breath in here to find length, and then as you exhale, take it to the other side. So moving into a little dynamic flow here. Your inhale is going to bring you up to center. Now as you exhale, you'll take it to the other side. At the bottom of the exhale, take a huge breath in to come back to center. I'm having some trouble with my microphone today. And then as you exhale, take it to the other side. So I'm going to let you go at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Then exhale. Huge breath in. And then exhale. 3 more rounds at your own pace. Around is one side and the other. So once you're through with that, we'll come back to center. Beautiful. I'm already feeling a lot more open, not only in my neck region, but also in the side bodies. I can feel the openness kind of happening from the hip region all the way up to the armpit. So begin to check in with the body here. Notice what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, what does it feel like. Begin to put some words to it, to yourself, or feel free to grab your journal and have that close by if you feel like taking note, if something is beginning to stir or some sort of sensations are coming forward. The movement of the body does that. As we begin to move, we begin to feel. And as we begin to feel, it's our opportunity to release and express and let go. So, moving on to the next part of our flow. We're going to move into a lunge situation. So from tabletop, we'll be hands and knees right here, and then tuck the toes. We're going to send the hips back to a short downward facing dog. Maybe from here we drop one heel and then the other, opening up the backs of the legs, getting into the calves, the Achilles. So really pressing down through the palms here, reaching the booty up and back, opening the backs of the legs. I feel a really nice stretch happening here. Just moving so gently with this dynamic movement, this shift. Ebbing and flowing. Opening and expanding. And then moving into a lunge. So draw the left foot forward. We're going to bring the knee down back behind us, the right knee. You can untuck the back toe if that would feel better for you. But here we are in our lunge. Great. So we want to reach forward while keeping an upright torso. So we have a huge stretch happening here in the front side of the hip. Send your breath to this part of the body. So we are in a bit of a static position, a still motion right here. So let's bring some movement into it. Let's shift the hips back towards the heels. Now we're getting into a deeper stretch in the back side of that left leg. Shifting forward. Now we're back in the right hip. So we're working a couple of different areas here as we flow back and forth between two of these different poses. Come back to your breath if you've lost it. Just because we're adding on some movement, that could cause us to feel like, that could cause us to forget our breath, and know that that's okay. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of reminding to come back to the breath. So sync up your inhales as you move forward, as you extend forward into your lunge. And then your exhales are as you send the hips back towards the heel and open up the back of that left leg. Beautiful. Take 4 more rounds at your own pace. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. 2 more on your own. I'm feeling really open. Lovely in the back of my left leg, front of my right hip. Let's take it to the other side. Maybe we check in a down dog. Find our movement here, dropping one heel and then the other. Checking in. Then sliding the right foot forward. And finding our lunge position here. So reaching forward, really finding openness in this left hip. Upper body stays reaching. Upper body stays open and reaching. Upper body stays open and tall. And then send the hips back, getting into the back of the right leg. This is going to be your exhales. Your inhale, shift forward into your low lunge. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Take 3 more rounds. At your own pace, nice and slow. Finding this gentle openness in the legs. Maybe you're feeling a little heat beginning to build. I certainly am, beginning to warm up in the body. And with each time I move forward or move backward, I feel myself extending just a little bit further. So opening a little bit more with each repetition. Beautiful. From here, step back, down dog. Finding our movement, checking in. Wonderful. Feeling yummy. Drop the knees down to the mat. We'll come into a seated position here. We'll close things off with a little cactus flow in the arms. Inhale, palms up overhead, shoulders down and away from the ears. Now as you exhale, part the arms into a cactus shape. Beautiful. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Getting into the shoulders here. Continue. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more on your own. Connecting breath with body. Breath with movement. Beautiful. When you feel complete, bring the hands to the lap. Close the eyes. Do a gentle scan here from your head to your shoulders, the side bodies, the hips, the thighs, the calves, the heels, the soles of the feet, the toes, the hands, the face, the heart. I'm feeling warm, ready, open, energized, and I hope that this dynamic flow has helped you feel many of the same things too in your body. Thank you for joining me in this short practice, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste.